My dear friends, I am Dr. Colonel Brahmajit Singh from Hyderabad. I am a medical oncologist, that is, I am a cancer doctor and I treat all types of cancers with chemotherapy and the latest treatment modalities such as targeted therapy and immunotherapy. Do you want to prevent and protect yourself from cancer? Do you want to know what causes cancer? What are the risk factors, the warning symptoms, and how you can prevent and protect yourself and your family from cancer? And if you are a cancer patient, would you like to know what, when, why, and how of cancer treatment? If you are interested, press the bell icon, subscribe, and stay connected. Your life, your future, and now you don't even consider the future of your loved ones, your family, your wife, your husband, father, mother, your child, daughter, son, your grandchildren. Even their future and life do not even worth 20 rupees. It's not me who's saying this. It is you. Yes, you, my friend. And as I told you in part 1 of this series, you contribute directly or indirectly to the big dump of plastic waste outside your house. Despite being a very smart and intelligent person. But then why? Why this lack of concern and responsibility? Why have you closed your eyes? Karma, my dear friend, has its own way of getting back at us. Whatever plastic that you use and throw comes back. The only difference is earlier it was outside your body. Now it comes back with a vengeance inside your body. And I'm going to explain to you how. Whatever plastic that we use due to multiple mechanical and chemical factors such as friction, exposure to sunlight, UV rays, high temperature, water, detergents, and several chemicals and solvents that are freely available in the polluted water, the surface layer of the plastic gets denuded. That is, at the molecular level, the molecules of plastic break off and form nanoparticles, nanoplastic, which then clump together to form microplastic. And this microplastic then seeps into our soil or disperses in water. All grades and type of plastic get degraded, my dear friend, and it is a continuous process. Presently, we have a limitation of science and technology that we are not able to measure the molecules of plastic and nanoplastic in our blood, but only microplastic. And it is obvious that their levels are at least 100 times more, and they are more dangerous than microplastic. Now, how does this plastic enter our body? There are two basic ways. That is directly and indirectly. Very important for you to understand that how does this plastic enter our body. Now, directly is that it bypasses the environment, such as when you drink or eat using a plastic source, such as drinking from a plastic water bottle, which you do at least twice a day, or a soft drink bottle. Even soft drink bottles today are plastic bottles, or a disposable plastic glass, or eating using a plastic spoon or plate, and then others. Here, the plastic molecules which are getting chelated continuously go straight into the body directly. But indirectly is through our environment. That is, these forms of plastic, microplastic, nanoplastic, and molecules of plastic first enter the body through the soil and water. And this water includes our rivers, our seas, oceans, and the groundwater. This groundwater is very important because this is used by plants and a lot of our industries like our soft drink making industries and our farmers who through tube wells use this water for irrigating their fields. The plants through their roots take in the water and the molecules of plastic and nanoplastic, and which, because they cannot throw it out of their body, they keep accumulating. These plants serve as fodder for the animals whose milk we drink and the meat we eat. Or these plants, their fruits and seeds land up as a part of a vegetarian diet laden with molecules of plastic. Similarly, my dear friend, when you eat fish or any other seafood, you actually ingest nearly 1 million molecules of plastic. Now, what further happens in our body is that these two are very important phenomena, that is biomagnification and bioaccumulation. I'll be talking about these later, but it is because of these two processes, biomagnification and bioaccumulation, humans, that is you and me, get loaded with molecules of plastic, as in the food chain we are on the top. Now, because of these two processes, in brief, with every morsel of food you swallow and every sip of water you drink, you amplify the number of molecules of plastic that you already have in your body. And that is the reason why, my dear friend, today we have plastic in human placenta, that is in the mother's womb. And the most distressing aspect is that this data is from the Western world, where health, hygiene, environmental sanitation and disposal of plastic waste is top priority. Now imagine our cities. Have you ever traveled by train? Then you will understand what I am trying to tell you. My dear friend, the crux is you may be living in the most clean, environmental friendly or the most posh part of the city, but your air, water and food comes from the same environmental source, which is loaded with tons and tons of plastic. So you keep accumulating this plastic in your body. If you are thinking, why should we be afraid of this plastic? Let it be there in our human body. Then you must know how it's going to kill us. And for this, you need to understand cancer. I have explained cancer, how it happens in one of my videos, what is cancer and how does it develop. Just to summarize, cancer is caused by a carcinogen, and my dear friend, plastic is definitely a carcinogen. How? You must understand this also. This plastic is taken up in all its forms by our cells from our blood, and once inside the cell, these interfere with all the vital chemical and biological processes crucial to keep the cell alive and perform its function. And they also infiltrate the nucleus, where they attach to the DNA, the genetic code, your genetic code, resulting in changes in the configuration of DNA, altering its structure and creating an abnormality. This abnormal DNA on replication creates numerous mutated DNA, therefore mutated cells, and that is what is a cancer cell. So you understood how this plastic is going to cause cancer. Now the most dangerous aspect of this plastic is that it will enter every type of cell in your body, every organ, lungs, liver, brain, bone marrow, kidney, intestine, just to name a few. Imagine these plastic molecules circulating in the mother's womb, in a growing child's body, your child's body, attaching to all the DNA, disrupting the healing and the multiplicative process crucial for normal growth. Imagine all disrupted over a period of time, every organ getting affected. Net result? Common sense, a plethora of cancers, a slow and painful death waiting to happen. These plastic molecules will then also bind to the ova, and the sperm enters the mother's womb, where from a single cell a whole baby develops. Now we have plastic inside the mother's womb. This plastic will either kill the baby in the mother's womb, or if the baby does survive, he or she will have so many mutated cancerous cells that the baby will not survive for long, because every organ will be full of cancer cells. This catastrophe, my dear friend, is waiting to happen, just a question of time. Now, since I am on it, let me tell you one more issue: the impact of compounding. You all know how your money gets compounded, but please understand, for plastic also, it has a very important role. If we presume that today we are getting exposed to only 100 molecules of plastic every day. Now at this point of time, the same amount of exposure is taking place to the millions of children, our children, my children, your children. Some still in the womb, some in the primary school, some in colleges. That is, yes, the youth and the men and women in the reproductive age group, that is up to 45 years of age, and they are the most susceptible group, for they will face the worst consequences of biomagnification and bioaccumulation in the next 10 years, as I had explained to you before. You are a loving mother or a proud father, or whoever you are, my friend, please close your eyes for a few seconds and visualize your own family, your own children and their children plagued by this plastic contamination, mutated, deformed, crying out in pain and agony due to cancer growing in them. I'm sorry, but that is what the future is going to be if we don't do something now. Do you know we produce 4.5 million tons of plastic waste in a year? Oh yes, I forgot to mention the plastic we import from China. It would be around 6 million tons of plastic waste every year. Where do you think this plastic goes? Today, even our animals, birds, wildlife, sea life are suffering the consequences of our recklessness. How did it happen? Millions of fishes, turtles and birds are either dead or dying. And for all my seafood eating friends, my dear friends, fish are no longer safe for human consumption. We have not spared even the domestic and the wild animals. This extent of plastic contamination obviously did not take place in one day. My dear friend, when you were busy in life, planning your future, making an effort to achieve what you want in your life, your dreams and your aspirations, you let it happen. You have allowed people to steal your future. You may say that you stopped using plastic products, but is that sufficient to stop the tons of plastic contamination? Just at least think about it. Today, our environment is facing the consequences of your indifference. Tomorrow, we will face the monster of cancer. My dear friend, plastic is already inside you. Wherever you are, whosoever you may be, gradually you are accumulating plastic. Just a question of time, just a question of a threshold dose of plastic in your body when all hell will break loose. It's a slow process, and I can tell you, my friend, it will definitely annihilate your world, your dreams and your future. A lot needs to be done. We can still bit by bit save and protect ourselves and salvage our future. It is just a question of taking responsibility. If you also feel burned by the way this plastic is scorching our life, and you are seriously concerned, are passionate and motivated to fight this cause and to fight for your future, then see me in part 3